The Carolina Panthers can shock the NFC South. The 2022 Carolina Panthers began their season under the grim reality of defeat, stumbling to a 1-4 start under head coach Matt Rule. This led to the abrupt dismissal of Rule, reflecting the administration's lack of patience for underperformance. The situation was further complicated by the mid-season trade of franchise running back Christian McCaffrey to the San Francisco 49ers, plunging the team into a full-scale rebuild. The quarterback position saw a revolving door of players: Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, and PJ Walker. However, despite these setbacks, the Panthers managed to rally under the interim head coach Steve Wilks, achieving an unexpected record of 6-6 after their 1-4 start. The departure of McCaffrey also created opportunities for other players to shine, with breakout performances from new and underutilized talent. Their defense also began to gain traction, becoming a major factor in keeping them competitive in the NFC South. Despite a season that started with disaster, the Panthers proved that even in the midst of a rebuild, a focused and adaptable team could still contend right up to the end of the season. After a tough 2022 season, the Panthers moved fast in the offseason. They signaled a new start by bringing in Frank Reich, a known quarterback expert, on board as their head coach. This move showed a strategic shift to focus on a new franchise quarterback, which has been shaky since Cam Newton. In a surprising trade, they got the first overall pick from the Chicago Bears, but they gave up quite a bit in return. This year's 9th and 61st picks, and a first-round pick in 2024, and a second-round pick in 2025, and wide receiver DJ Moore. This shows the Panthers were set on upgrading their quarterback, understanding the role of a franchise QB for the future team's success, as they aim to put an end of the constant change in the quarterback position in recent seasons. With their first overall pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Carolina Panthers selected Heisman Trophy winning quarterback Bryce Young out of Alabama, signaling a new era for the franchise. Despite the relentless defenses of the SEC, Bryce Young amassed an impressive 8,400 passing yards, 80 passing touchdowns, and just 12 interceptions during his time at Alabama. At a modest height for the quarterback position, Young might have garnered even more universal admiration if he just stood a couple of inches taller. However, his slightly smaller stature does not undermine his extraordinary skills. Bryce Young has an elite sense for what's going on in the pocket. He can make plays like no other, and he's got a creative spark you just can't teach. Even under pressure, he keeps his cool and can create opportunities with his unique throwing capabilities. The public perception is worried about his durability because of his size. Before we talk about the rest of the Panthers roster, remember to hit the like and subscribe button for more videos just like this. In the 2023 season, the Carolina Panthers offense surrounding Bryce Young is marked by a combination of potential and experience, though not necessarily boasting any outright superstars. One of their key additions is running back Miles Sanders, signed from the Philadelphia Eagles after a breakout season with 1,269 rushing yards. However, I remain somewhat skeptical if Sanders can maintain this level of performance as a 3-down running back, considering the benefit he gained from the Eagles' top-ranked offensive line. Sanders' role may likely shift more towards that of a pass catcher this season, giving Young's tendency to lean on his running backs in the passing game, as evidenced by his connection with Jahmyr Gibbs at Alabama. The Panthers are fielding a diverse trio consisting of Terrace Marshall, DJ Chark, and Adam Thielen at wide receiver. Thielen, although now 32 years old and past his prime, brings a valuable experience and a proven track record as a 2-time Pro Bowler. He should provide a reliable target for Young and a leadership presence within the offensive unit. DJ Chark, despite being hampered by injuries over the past 2 seasons, remains a significant talent. The former Pro Bowl selection has demonstrated his elite athleticism and big play capability when healthy, making him an underrated asset in the Panthers' arsenal. Terrace Marshall, a 2021 second-round pick from LSU, should see increased opportunities following the trade of DJ Moore to the Bears. While he is yet to fully demonstrate his potential on the field, the shift in the depth chart should provide the platform he needs to succeed. Additionally, the Panthers invested their 39th overall pick in wide receiver Jonathan Mingo from Ole Miss, whose collegiate credentials suggest he could quickly establish a strong chemistry with rookie quarterback Bryce Young, adding another layer of potency to the Carolina offense. It will be interesting to see which of these receivers step up as the primary target for quarterback Bryce Young. People usually know the Carolina Panthers for their tough defense, and it looks like in 2023 is set to follow that trend. They've got Ejiro Evero as the new defensive coordinator, and it looks like they're switching things up, going from a 4-3 to a 3-4 defensive scheme. Evero comes from the Denver Broncos, who had a top 5 defense last season, so he's got the chops to boast a Panthers defense that's already pretty talented. Superstar Brian Burns is the core of that defense. His ability to wreak havoc on the edge is a real problem for the opponents. And next to him is PFF's 7th best interior defensive lineman, Derek Brown. The Panthers secondary stars safety Jeremy Chin and J.C. Horn, the young cornerback who is a top 10 pick in the 2021 NFL Draft. Horn has been a rising star, standing out for his physical play at the line and his excellent coverage skills. With Evero bringing in new defensive strategies and a group of talented players, the Panthers' defense is looking like it can be a real force in the NFC. The Carolina Panthers are heading into the 2023 season in rebuilding mode, but things are looking pretty interesting in the NFC South. The roster may not be packed with big names aside from Brian Burns, but with Bryce Young, their promising young quarterback, they should stay in the mix. Moving from Matt Rule to Frank Reich as head coach is a huge change for the team, given Reich's knack for developing quarterbacks. Young could really blossom into a franchise QB. They've also got Ejiro Evero as their new defensive coordinator, who comes from the tough Denver Broncos defense and was even thought of as a potential head coach. So the team's got a strong strategy in place. There's some real excitement building around the Panthers as they aim to get back to their dominant 2015 form, when they had stars like Cam Newton and Luke Kuechly. While it remains to be seen how quickly this rebuilding Panther squad can ascend to the upper echelon of the NFL, they're undoubtedly a team to keep an eye on this upcoming season. Comment on your predictions for how many wins you think the Panthers will get this season, and if you think Bryce Young is a franchise quarterback. And as always, thanks for watching Real Friends in Football, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this.